Hi, I'm Phyllis from southernfrugal.com. We're going to make some Spanish rice. This is my version of Spanish rice. And, if people that are from Mexico maybe look at this, they'll think this is not the way we make it. But I just make it my version. I like it this way, and, my husband likes it, so this is the way I fix it. So, anyway, let's get started. Now the first thing I'm going to do, or the first thing I've already done, is melt about 4 tablespoons of butter in this large saucepan, and into that I'm going to dump 1 cup of rice. Now the butter is going to be pretty well clarified. I'm just going to stir that around and kind of let the rice heat up a little bit. I'm not really actually browning it. I just want it to, bring out maybe the flavor of the rice. Now, I'm using jasmine rice for this. I just super like the jasmine rice, so I use it for any recipe that I have that calls for rice. I always use the jasmine rice. Alright, we're just going to let that cook for just a little while, and in the meantime I'll just share with you the other ingredients that are going into this. Now this is probably 1 full cup, maybe even a little more, of chopped Vidalia onions, probably about 4 fresh garlic cloves. I'm going to also use some garlic powder. Half a cup of chopped celery. Now, this is the celery that I have frozen. I think I did a video on that, and I like it for convenience. And the celery was blanched and then frozen, and I like it really for the convenience, and it really doesn't lose any taste that I can tell. Half a cup of chopped green bell peppers, and these were also frozen. Now they're pretty well thawed out now. And don't let this fool you, the taste is really still there. This is chopped cilantro from our garden that I froze in ice trays in water. And it really retains a lot of its flavor. Now if you're using fresh cilantro, you probably only need about a tablespoon. Okay, I can already smell the rice and the clarified butter. Smells great. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and dump in my onions now. I think you can, let me turn it down so you can see it a little better. Now what's going to happen when I dump the onions in, that's going to immediately stop the rice from browning. So I'm going to go ahead and dump that in. I'm going to hold off on my garlic. Just going to stir that around and get that onion all in there with the hot rice and butter. We're going to let that cook for just a little while. Now the other thing that's different, I think most people with Spanish rice, they use tomato sauce. I use, and this is, let's see, 16 ounce, I'm not sure, I have to turn it around. It's a 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes, which means they really have no seeds in them, which is the kind I like. Okay, you can hear this is sizzling now. I love the way the jasmine rice smells. I just love it. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and put in my celery and my green bell peppers. So now we got some steam going on in here. I'm just going to stir that around and continue to let it just steam a little bit. All right, I'm going to cook this just a little longer like this, and let those vegetables give up some of their moisture. I'm going to go ahead and put some salt in to help them along. Stir that all up. Alright, while that's continuing to cook for just a few minutes, I'll talk to you about something else. Now, I don't know if I'll get comments on this or not, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. It's taken me a while to get my nerve up. But when I'm cooking, I don't have on makeup. Now, I did put a little lipstick on just because. But I don't dress up. I wear something that I would be at home cooking in. It's just no fake here, shall we say. I just really, I don't wear any jewelry. I just can't cook like that. I have to be comfortable and really get into the cooking. So y'all will just have to forgive me. No makeup, no hair done, no dress up, no jewelry, no fingernails done. I mean, none of that, okay? I really get into the cooking, and I'm going to stir this a little bit. I just can't do that with all the makeup and dressed up and everything. And so I hope y'all will forgive me for that. I guess I'm not like other people. I've looked at a lot of other videos on cooking, and they're all dressed up and makeup and earrings, or hair all done, and I just can't do it. I'd really like to, but I just don't feel comfortable, and I wouldn't be myself. So anyway, that's all I want to say about the makeup, okay? All right, let's get back down to the Spanish rice. Okay. Now, I've sweated the vegetables a little bit in with the rice, which means they're going to impart, a lot of flavor to the rice. All right. Now I'm going to put in the garlic. Now, I know that seems like a lot of garlic, but the rice, is pretty bland, and that's why I like to put a lot of garlic in. And I'm going to also go ahead and put in some garlic powder. And while we're at it, I'm going to put in a little bit of cumin. And this is sort of going to get it that Southwest taste. Maybe about, half a teaspoon maybe. I'm going to still just keep cooking that and stirring it around because I don't want it to stick. And again, the rice now, of course, is absorbing some of the onion and celery and the bell pepper juices is what it's doing. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my cilantro. Now this is actually 3 little sections in an ice cube tray with cilantro in it all packed down, and then I put water on it and put a little ice cube on top of it. So in that little brown water there's a lot of the flavor. I'm going to go ahead and dump that in. Stir that around some. Oh, it smells great. Of course, if you don't like garlic, you would be in trouble with this recipe. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and dump in my tomatoes, and again, these are diced, and they pretty much have no seeds at all in them. So I'm going to dump that in. Well, I actually do see a couple of little seeds there, but for the most part, they're seedless. Now you can see we have got a lot of vegetables in this, and not quite so much rice. So now I'm going to let it cook. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and add about 3/4 of a cup of water. Now these vegetables will, get thoroughly cooked, in the mixture, and it's going to end up cooking for boiling slightly. I mean, once it comes to a boil, I'm going to cut it down to simmer, and just roughly 15 to 20 minutes. In my experiences, it's usually 20 minutes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on this now and bring it up to a boil, then put it on simmer, and we'll be back when it's ready. Alright, my version of Spanish rice is done, and I did have to add about another 1/4 of a cup of water to it. Now, even though I put a lot of garlic in it, or a lot by some people's standards, I guess, really the most dominant smell right now that I can smell is the cilantro. Anyway, there's what it looks like. Okay, we are also going to have with this meal some black beans. Now, all I did was open a can of black beans, add just a couple of dashes of garlic powder, a couple of dashes of onion powder, and about 1 dash of cumin. Alright, so I'm going to plate this up and show you what it looks like. Now, we're also going to have one of the stuffed peppers, the fried stuffed peppers, and I did that on a video just before this, so we'll be right back. Okay, our supper is ready, and there's the Spanish rice right there. My version of Spanish rice. Now we're having the fried and stuffed bell peppers, black beans, and of course iced tea. So there's what it looks like. Anyway, the Spanish rice is just my version. It's just the way we like it, and even though it looked like it had a lot of garlic in it, the predominant taste right now and smell really is the cilantro, which is what I love. Alright, I hope you'll try this. See you next time.